Today's topic, I mean, I'll go back to Discord so I can explain it to you guys. So I said, we're going to kick off tonight talking about backseat gaming versus spoilers versus hand-holding and how they impact live streaming content. I want to start here. We're going to notepad this thing so I can stay on track here because I have a feeling I'm going to be all over the place if not. So we're going to start over here, ready to roll. Twyla's with us. She's unmuted as well. Say hi, Twyla.
Hi, Twyla.
For those that didn't see the tweet, this was the big thing, okay? Serious question. Y'all think women on Twitch are more likely to have to deal with backseating during streams? Realize all streamers I know that heavily mention exclamation point backseat commands or have no backseating on their overlay are women. I was doing a bit of light blog reading. I'm going to leave this here and the link. I'm triggered. Okay, so here it is. The presence of backseat gaming indicates you suck at the game. So basically, if chat backseats, that means you suck at the game. Okay, if you get angry at hints or unsolicited advice, it means you perceive yourself a failure and your ego is too weak to admit your flaws. You can't possibly be immersed as a live stream watching the chat all the time, so your immersion can't be ruined. It's a buzzword like creep, racism. Okay, like what? If someone handholds you, that's something different. If someone tells you how you must do it or else they get angry, that's annoying. A streamer who doesn't react to his audience just sucks, period. You're not uploading YouTube videos. If you want to play without input, friends, then play alone and upload on YouTube. So let's start here. Let's go like this. All right. What is, okay, backseat gaming?
Hey, Dark, what's going on?
What are spoilers and what is handholding? Let's define this right now. Handholder, handholding. Let's start there. Let's Google it. I already got it up. Backseat gaming is when someone watches someone else play a game and keeps commenting on every move the player is making. I think that backseat gaming as a phrase is overused because if someone puts a hint into chat or oversteps it, that might fall more in the realm of like spoilers or a hint. Okay,
it depends on what it is,
but this is the big one here. And keeps commenting, that means like they constantly are doing it. That's backseating. Okay,
right?
Spoilers and assistance, right? So backseat gaming is constant advice or help, yes, I put those in quotations, that is persistent. We can say it's that. Spoilers, that is giving crucial details before they happen. I mean, like, I'm just simplifying the answer here. Like,
right.
What is a spoiler? The piece of information about a narrative work, okay, which reveals plot points or twists and thus may degrade the experience of the persons who wish to experience the work. Okay, that one's terrible. Hand-holding. Okay, what is hand-holding? In shorter terms, I always considered hand-holding to be any feature that essentially puts how to play type instructions in your face during gameplay. So hand-holding is essentially like
turn left, now turn right, now
demands, hold on, demands of situation in game to directly do as the commenter / poster requests. Kind of sums it up as like an easy thing there.
I'd say so.
Kind of gives us a clear definition that we can all get behind. So this would be like negative hand-holding. So we could call it like, all right, and then we'll go positive, like positive. So like you're a new player and you want the advice, step-by-step guidance without revealing crucial details. So hand-holding can be good in certain aspects and things like that. So at what point does it become trolling, toxic, or anything like that? When it interrupts the streamer / caster's gameplay, when demands are made rather than suggestions. When it degrades the streamer or members of chat. I don't mind if someone says, hey, when you get a chance, check this Discord message. But if someone says to me, hey, I sent this strat on Discord, watch this video and then you'll know how to do it.
Right.
The answer directly is no.
That's when I get a little angry.
So I'm going to bring up,
care of.
And something that I've said that a lot of people were confused by was I've said the most supportive community on Twitch that I've found has been the Dark Souls community. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. You will go in the game and they're going to let you die as everyone does in Dark Souls. They're going to troll you a little bit and then they're going to give you this light hint of like, hey, did you check to the left? And it's going to be like, oh, I should walk this way a little. But they're not going to tell you. I mean, there's a few
some
rotten eggs in the batch there, but it is anywhere. But overall, they are the most supportive community in that they're going to suggest but not demand. They're going to let you experience the game and be immersed in it, and they're going to not push it to a level of backseating. So now let's get to the meat and potatoes here. Now that we've set the stage for this conversation here, do you think women on Twitch are more likely to have to deal with backseating during streams? Do female streamers have to deal with more backseating?
So I feel like people naturally have that you help out females.
I'm going to say if you go into
kind of nurturing feel.
I'm going to say if you go into any competitive game directory, 90% of females, unless they have heavily proven themselves, are treated like a damn 5-year-old. No, honey, you gotta move this way. And like, I see them literally call these women honey all the time. Okay, honey. And it is the most degrading thing I have seen. You're saying that females are quick to react to comments and things like that, so a little more defensive about things. I can agree with that. Females can get more defensive in nature at a quicker stance.
Yeah.
When it comes to comments made.
Like, hands down. There's no question behind that.
Nate,
and it's not necessarily just something that all girls, I think, can
comes
naturally
from
have that.
frustration.
And I think the reason behind that is because girls feel we have to prove ourselves naturally because it's just been such a terrible stigma for, you know, since forever that girls can't game. Girls don't know how to shoot. Girls don't know, you know, anything. Girls don't play games at all.
So we're agreeing that short answer, here, we'll go like this. Short answer, yes. So I'll say this. One of the first 10 people I followed on Twitch was a female gamer that was a Warframe partner, and I found out later that she was really good at shooters. She was competitive, everything.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, what's her name?
I know exactly who you're talking about. I can't think of her name. Vern.
Yes.
Vern BXX.
Vern BXX. And she doesn't. She wears hoodies most of the time on stream and things like that. And that's what I'm talking about. And I still see it happen with her. But she gets lumped in with that same grouping that is wearing bunny ears and everything like that. Like,
she's an attractive lady, a very sweet girl. I like her a lot, and I feel bad for her because she does get lumped in with a lot of those.
I don't feel bad. She owns it.
She's good about it. Yeah,
she owns it.
She does.
What does wardrobe have to do with gaming skill? Exactly. Couldn't that be said about anyone? So, like, any character person, any person that is what we're gonna say in character, I'm going to say it's harder to take them seriously. Male, female, it doesn't matter. Because I know people that streamed with a duck helmet on. I know people that streamed with masks on. I've jokingly had a random cowboy hat on and done some things like that. And I'm sure anyone coming in new to stream on those evenings went, yeah, I can't take this seriously. But hold on, like, I'll say this, like, that's a conversation for another day of, like, we could go back to heavily business-oriented things and say, you know, the wardrobe makes the man kind of thing about any person. And we could really put that in there, and I could prove that statement. So what you choose to wear, yes. And I'm saying male, female, it doesn't matter. So how you project yourself from a clothing standpoint, yes, is how much you're going to be taken seriously on first impressions alone. That is a true statement. But let's go check this person out that we're talking about right now.
Oh, Burn?
No, Tragic on Twitch that made the post that prompted this discussion. We're talking about, yeah, she's wearing a beanie, what, hoodie, shirt, okay.
I wear tank tops.
That's what I'm saying, though, is like,
I know exactly, Ms. J.
This is the person posing the question, so it's not anything dealing with any of that kind of stuff. And that's why I thought it was very worth making that comment.
Right, exactly.
Now, in the other comment here, so a mutual viewer, I followed Nagasaki around the time of TwitchCon 2019.
We saw her at TwitchCon,
because she was supposed to be, or she was at TwitchCon in the cosplay contest. We didn't get a chance to interact or anything because she was busy with it. And
I also didn't want to approach her. And
and I didn't want to impede on it because I didn't know her.
I'm this creepy stalker or anything like that. So kind of kept her distance, but it was cool to see her.
So let's get back on track here for a second. Why do female streamers have to deal with more backseating? And I'm going to give my personal thought here. So personal thought, you ready? Emasculated man-children.
Yeah, that's I think a big part of it as well.
Project their toxic masculinity to protect their traditional stomping ground.
I think a lot of it also is the fact that people feel a natural need to help out females more so than men. For guys, I think that's just like, and I hate to say this because this is a very chauvinistic
so like
viewpoint, but
Twyla thoughts?
It's always
traditional beliefs of male role to protect females.
But I'd say that's
and provide.
That's a small subset, though.
Give free pass to another quote here. Give advice.
Unwarranted advice.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, and that's a fair statement too. So, like in this case, in case number 2, most of the men doing it don't even realize the toxic nature of what it is.
Right, and you can tell though by how people are actually commenting.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I did have a brief moment of fear about having this conversation because this is gonna tread a little bit in the like realm right here. Just these last couple statements that might hurt some feeling, and I'll stand by a statement I said a while back. Your feelings are hurt. Take a moment to look in the mirror and see if you're part of the problem. If you are, course correct it. If you're not, fine.
So I have to say that Vorty and I are actually a little bit of, we're rare. We're like the old-fashioned type of couple where I
Kind
been a stay-at-home mom for a long time. I took care of the kids and Vorty and.
But hold on,
all
let me put the asterisk next to that. When we were both working, we sat down and said, okay, I am in a position to get promotions and provide better for the family, so it is viable for you to stop working at this point. And we gave the option, had a long discussion, and had a mutual understanding as human beings heading down the same path in life together.
If I was making more money and had the same opportunities that he did, he would have been the one to stay home with the kids instead. So, and it doesn't make a difference either way, but it was costing way too much money to have the kids in daycare and all that kind of stuff. So, but then it also goes to, there's another point where we also have traditional values completely thrown out the window because I do all like the handyman work around the house, and Vorty.
And I'll tell you what, I have never seen a human being kill a rose bush in my life until I met Twyla. You can't kill them. I've literally chopped down my rose bushes and they come back, and she somehow managed to kill a rose bush.
But I can wire a house and I can do the plumbing for it, and like I can sew. I'm a handyman.
I can sew. Any plant I touch will grow.
Except the ones that I had in my possession before.
Yeah, we gave her a succulent and the damn thing died.
I killed a succulent.
How? Basically shellacked so that it never dies. Okay, I'm going to say this. Here's my other reason, and correct me if I'm wrong. There is a subset of the male gaming community that believes if they outperform and teach females, they will gain favor with them.
So that's another thing.
I'm going to tell you, like, you can identify these people generally, like, at the gym. Woman's lifting weights. She's just hit her highest reps ever. Man walks over, puts on 10 more pounds, and just lifts it up easily. That's the same guy right there.
Yep.
Any other reasons that we think female streamers have to deal with more backseating? Oh, here, I'm going to put it on here. We'll go down that road. I was hoping Twyla would say it, so I didn't have to as the big scary male in the room. Perception of females being helpless.
I already said that.
I don't listen to you. Think that more guys think that females are more clueless when it comes to games and tend to backseat.
Yeah, I think so, Executioner. And I think...
And everyone knows it. No. Let's throw this out there. So that was our next topic of discussion. And we're not going to say, is Twyla better than Vorty or anything. We're going to say, like, we're going down the road. Are males better gamers than females? Let's have the discussion right now.
It can be, because I'll say this. For platformers and everything, I think that I'm better at platformers than Vorty.
Historically, okay, so we're going to go with a couple answers here. So we're going to just put little bullet points here. Historically, yes, because it was taboo for a longer time, allowing males to have more immersion into gaming culture. We'll say historically, yes. I'll agree with that. But I think that the generation coming up now, current generation, no. We've seen, okay, the speed record for Warframe for the raids was an all-female team. The Overwatch team that won the last big thing at BlizzCon was an all-female team. We're starting to see cross-gender Rocket League teams pop in. We're seeing a lot of these things pop in. And colleges are even starting to recruit females on a regular basis. Because one of the great things is the natural ability of males to have more spatial awareness and things like that. Is like just in a general basis.
Right, I agree
and
with
females to think critically about situations and things like that. So I would say that we're going to see a lot of co-op teams start to really roll in and a lot more things happen.
I think co-op teams can actually be great though, because as long as people don't, really say, okay, well, you should do this, or you're a girl, you can't play the game. I think it really just, if you base each person on their individual merits. If there's some girls that can outperform guys in lots of games, but then again, there's also a lot of guys that outperform girls. So it really just depends on the game, and it really depends on, how determined the girl is to play the game.
I'm going to add one more thing. Current generational traditions encourage parents to allow males to game at a heavier rate than females. So there's still some generational differences in traditional beliefs that don't allow females to game as much.
My parents didn't care. My dad was the one that was playing on the Intellivision system way back. My dad is cool as hell. He was playing video games before we were.
So I'm basically
we all
saying,
play games.
I'm saying for the parents that are a little bit older still having kids right now, I'm going to say there's a few people that my son was on the wrestling team with.
Oh, yeah.
Those kids were allowed to game heavily, yet their sisters,
nope.
They had to be cheerleaders. They went shopping on the weekends. They kept very traditional gender rolled beliefs about things. So I'm not saying the group sitting in this chat that's allowed to game and have lived around gaming, but I'm saying there's a smaller group of females still in the gaming world because of traditional beliefs that are just now starting to push past that point. So we're going to say sections/regions of the world still don't allow females to break out of traditional job/hobby roles. And I'll even add to that, or have heavy interaction with males, because I know in some cultures it's also they can't game because it will put them in a situation to be interacting heavily with males in general.
You're not wrong.
You make the pool smaller, by nature there's going to be a larger number of skilled males because of those things. Does that make males more skilled? No.
I just think that they have more access to playing the games.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of parents of females just don't really, whether they are willing to buy those game systems or, what, it really just depends. But I'd say on the most part, parents of female children do not pay into that.
I'll tell you what, I was blessed with my mother. My mother stood by everything that I did. When I didn't have a father figure to play basketball with, my little 4'10" mother broke her ankle trying to practice with me.
I mean, she also broke her toe by kicking a frozen turd, too.
But she accepted everything that I did. Extreme sports, even though she was scared of it. So this will go back to the backseating and where it falls into when does it become toxic. So now we're falling into it of females are pushed away from gaming in general because of social norms in the gaming industry. So because they are allowed to be treated a certain way and it's not put in check, less females stay in the industry.
I will agree to that.
But okay, so I'm going to touch on this topic specifically. Females are pushed away from gaming in general because of social norms in the gaming industry. But I will say this, growing up on COD, WoW, even when PvP became huge on it, every game, we just kind of dealt with the toxic behavior as males in the field. Like, is there a possibility that females handle these things differently? By and large, not every one of them or anything like that.
I'd say yes.
Because so I brought up Burn earlier on, Burn BXX, because she literally gives no shits when it comes to people trying to be toxic in that level. And she's respected now because of it. She had to work harder to get that respect, but I would say the same about anyone in a marginalized group.
Yeah,
anyone from the LGBT community, any female stepping into any role that is not a traditional role for that group to be part of, they are going to face scrutiny no matter what. I spent 20 years working in a female-driven field, and it took a lot for me to gain credibility because I was also working with very high-fashion females, and they always treated me as like, oh, you're the male, you're the urban voice, you're from the city, and so it was always looked down on until I started going, okay, let me speak up now. Then it became a great partnership with all these people.
It's tough, though. It's a very tough situation. And I really do think that, females and males are looked at differently. They're raised differently. And it really just depends on the individual as well and their parents and so many other factors.
So here's the other thing, too, is like, I'll state it on a different side. Working in the field that I did, and then I also did construction for a while. It is par for the course for men to treat other men this way. It is par for the course for men to treat other men in this way. I was called boy until I was about 20. Well, still,
22.
actually.
No, he still calls
me
boy.
To this day, he still calls me boy.
He'll call my phone and he'll say, hey, can I talk to the boy?
Yeah.
And I have to say, do you want, Vorty or do you want mini Vorty? And he's like,
man, thank you so much for that. But I'll give you a thing, even between strangers. So you go to the races and there's a trough urinal at the men's restroom. For those that don't know, trough urinal, it's literally like a feeding trough, but there's ice in it and you urinate in it. It was not uncommon for my uncles to walk in and just say to a random group of strangers, so this is where all the dicks hang out. And that is the interaction between males that happens on a general basis.
It's that hyper masculine, slap you on the butt for playing football game kind of, oh, I'm a guy, we joke about these kinds of things.
Yeah, but given that nature, I will say that those moments better equipped for handling a lot of the toxicity in gaming, but I think that they also deliver a lot of it.
I mean, I don't think, and honestly, I would like to hear your guys' thoughts in chat. I don't think I'm a very toxic person. I'd like to say I'm actually kind of a more gentle-hearted person. Of course, push my buttons and not so nice anymore. I don't think that I'm that type of toxic. I don't think I'm toxic. I could be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not? Okay.
No, you're
Confirming.
not.
Just confirming.
But I'll say this, because I am so direct in my form of communication, I get called toxic on a regular basis. And I'm like, explain. I guess that's the other thing too, is it's viewed as unapproachable at certain times because of how honest I am. And I look at it a little differently. And I guess I'll put it this way. I view that level of honesty not a problem with me, but a problem with the other person. Because what it's saying is they're getting called on their own shortcomings, and they can't handle the level of truth that they've just been delivered.
That is very true. Most people don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah. Anything else on the topic? You guys care to add to it? I enjoyed this. This was good. This was a very impromptu thing.
Last second, Vorty's like, let's talk about this tonight. So I'm like, okay. I mean, there's a lot of other topics that we have written down that Vorty wants to talk about on stream.
Well, there's one more thing, but hold on.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah, I didn't even put the phrase gatekeeping on here as well. That's a good one. Let's add that to it. So, like, gatekeeping. So, being the aforementioned expert with no credentials.
Yeah, there you go.
How's that? Is that, like, the best way to describe gatekeeping? Hi, I'm an expert on this situation, but I have no basis to back that up. I'm trying to simplify a lot of these phrases so we can just really put it into it. We have another thing here. Coming soon to a Twitch chat near you. Look at this. Just that very quick touch on things of everyone saying that Twitch is doing nothing and not taking action against things when they're a 5,000 person deep company that it takes a bit to get the ball rolling and everything like that. Here you go. They're adding email verification with timestamps and everything of how you choose to set it up, and also phone verification. So you can choose to have your channel protected to the level that you'd like to. So there's another step toward it.
In one of our last discussions on one of our last streams, we were talking about what we're gonna do for Vorty's new sub badges, and we decided we're gonna go with like mini donuts and actual donuts and stuff. So we're gonna get those commissioned up here in one of the days coming up. So expect some new sub badges here soon. I gotta send the messages out. Donuts!
So do you guys want to see my game list? I was debating on whether or not I would show you, because here's the thing. I discussed it. I'd sat down with a couple of my mods. We went over a game list, and, you know, we were discussing not releasing it because then there'd be this expectation of like, well, why aren't you playing these games and everything like that.
Right.
I'm going to show you guys the list if I can find it. Here's my unplayed games that we have. We're going to give you guys the stress level that I feel about this. And that's the only reason I'm showing you, is just to give you guys an idea of why. If you guys gift us a game, I might not get to it right away. And I'm just going to share, this will bring full circle of a conversation as to why I'm showing you this and what this pertains to and how I intend on tackling this behemoth list of games. So, games unplayed. Final Fantasy IV, which I intend on starting soon, but we are working through 3 right now.
I was going to say 3. Yeah, you're working on 3. 4 isn't out yet, right?
Dark Souls 2, I'm going to do as a YouTube Let's Play, because I've been told by a few people I need to enjoy one of the games off stream myself on my own time so that I'm not, you know, having to watch chat and everything like that. And so, Dark Souls 2, I'm going to do as a YouTube, because I really want to play one. I want to get Dark Souls 1 through 3 done before end of year. Dark Souls 3 I'll be doing on stream after I finish Dark Souls 1. A few of these games, some people did gift to me as a bit of a meme, so I'll do a YouTube series on some of those.
Right, exactly.
We'll work through a few of these as well. So we also have community and meme games. So we have Choice Chamber, Bean Battles, Rock Sim, I Am Bread, so on. A
lot of those aren't actually like completion games.
Yeah, so there's no real completion to them. It's just there, but it's just to let you guys know, like, here's some random things we might pop up from time to time, like marbles and stuff like that. I have a key for Surgeon Sim 2.
Oh my gosh, that game is so damn triggering. They gotta have had Equestrian to kind of walk me through how to play that
I
one.
uninstalled Surgeon Sim 1 because I have Surgeon Sim 2 now. So here's uncompleted games that I intend to finish. So there's been a few games that I've played just to show you guys that I had no intention of completing, or after playing them, I was like, eh. So there's my list of that stuff as well.
Nice.
So upcoming games, so Kana, I just finished that, so I can actually remove that from list soon, which I'll get into that in just a moment. We've got Tiny Tina's Wonderlands coming up. Okay, and then there's ongoing games. So this is a pretty heavy list, so I had to take some games off of stream.
Yeah.
So Elder Scrolls Online, Warframe, Valheim, Naraka, Apex, Raft, Borderlands 3, 7 Days to Die, American Truck Sim, The Ascent, and Dead by Daylight. So I'm going to tell you what, Until Dawn was a cinematic masterpiece. I don't know if you recognize who all the actors
amazing
are
game.
in it.
They did such a great job with it.
Off-stream games. So I intend on continuing Tribes of Midgard on my own time. Satisfactory, potentially. Remnant, there's a couple people I've played with in the past. I don't intend on streaming that again. I enjoy the game, but if a few people ask me like, hey, you want to pop on for an hour, I'd probably do that. So this is more like fun games. So with me recognizing my ongoing MMO games and stuff like that, I realized that I'm not going to have time to stream Rocket League.
Oh no,
So Rocket League will be pushed back to an off-stream game for me. That's it. Unless it's someone redeems at 100,000 points, says, hey, we want to see you do Rocket League. There's a chance of that. So this is what I was going to say. I said to you guys, my personal goal for stream by end of year is to get monetized on YouTube and TikTok. And here's why. I have this beefy list of games that I would like to play. Some of these I don't necessarily want to play on stream because I'm either going to have to pay close attention to them. It's not a game that translates well to like talking to a community while we're playing it or something like that, but I still want to show you guys the content. So I want to, at the very least, work up a review of it or something like that. Because I'm light on time, so this week alone, I'm going up with my mother to finalize the house stuff and clear out the last little bit of like garbage and stuff like that that was in the shed and things like that. I'm best man at my brother's wedding, and that's this coming Saturday. We've got just a lot of things going on.
A lot of things going on.
So I've been paying someone to do our video editing for these YouTube videos. So by getting monetized on YouTube, that's going to allow us to take the revenue we make from YouTube and continue to pay someone to keep editing more videos. So that frees up my time to then record more content to give you guys more videos. And that is the idea behind it. I'm not looking to make a ton of money or anything like that with it. I'm looking to be able to deliver more content to everyone. And where it stands right now, I'm paying out of pocket to have all these edits done. I'm okay with doing that at the current time, but this is just why I set that goal for that purpose. So if you guys really want to support, I have the subs. I need the watch time to get monetization on YouTube. It takes 4,000 hours of watch time in what, a 90-day span?
Something like that, yeah. So if you guys are able, and it would help, you know, if you just leave that Kana video up.
Leave this Kana video up. It's 11 hours.
We get a bunch of people to just watch that whole playthrough. That will help a ton.
I mean, you could set it to watch, so like you could go down to the actual playlist and do the whole playlist. So things like that. And the other thing is that would help a ton with it is give me honest feedback. Leave some feedback on the video. Leave what you would like to see, some things I may have missed, anything like that. Feel free. If it's something that you don't feel comfortable saying on a comment on the YouTube videos,
DMs are always open.
DMs are open. Yep. Send us a message, especially on Discord. That's completely fine.